Explain one way in which attitudes towards witchcraft were different in the early modern period to the 18th and 19th centuries. 4 marks. Here's the mark scheme for this question, which you can find out about in more detail in our overview video. But we do know that 2 marks are awarded for AO2, which is the quality of your comparison. So that means that you need to be analytical rather than generalised. By that we mean you need to explain your thinking, not just stating that there are differences or similarities, but why there are differences or similarities, or the significant differences and similarities. The 2 marks are also awarded for AO1, which is your use of knowledge and understanding to support your judgments. So if you're saying that something's similar or different, then can you draw on the knowledge that you already have to explain why that might be? That feeds into the analysis that we were just talking about. And as we say, the AOs depend on each other, so bringing in evidence of your own knowledge to support your analysis is really key to scoring highly on this question. Here are the bands for this question, which again are explained in more detail in the overview video. But generally speaking, to score highly on this question, your comparison needs to be analytical, so you've explained your thinking clearly, and it needs to draw on evidence from your own knowledge to show that you've got really detailed knowledge of the topic. There are many points you could make when answering this question, so as long as what you say is relevant and correct, the examiner will award you the marks. But let's take a look at some examples. So one point you could have made might have been that in the early modern period, witchcraft was a very serious crime. But there was so much religious change that failure to comply with the dominant religion of the time was heretical and therefore criminal. Amidst this turmoil and constant change, people with opposing religious views often accused each other of working with the devil and practicing witchcraft. Henry VIII, capital offence. In the 18th and 19th centuries, though, witchcraft was decriminalised and considered more of a con or work of trickery than a dangerous crime. So that's quite detailed, but you can really see that that's a really nicely developed point. We've got a distinct contrast, we can see where the change is, and we've explained it to make it really clear that that's our explanation for that change. Take a look at the other points though to see if there's anything you could have added to your answer.